there, welcome back. I wanted to share my final purchases of 2024, I guess would be the best description of what I've got going on here. So my dad gave me some money for Christmas and he came down after Christmas. So all of this was purchased just after Christmas, and it came yesterday, I think. I'm still waiting on one more thing that's supposed to be here today, and I will just tag it I'll just share it at the very end. So hopefully if it comes, it says it's out for delivery, but I'm not sure. The mail's been a little spotty here lately. I mean, understandably, they are super busy. So anyway, I'm going to share with you what I've bought, and I'll tell you where I got it. And then we'll swatch the inks. I don't know if I'll actually ink up either of the pens. I'm a little nervous to ink this one up. It's my first eyedropper pen. And this one I just haven't made a full decision on what I want to put in it. So I don't know. We'll see. We may ink them up. We may just swatch the inks and kind of talk about everything. So I'm going to move everything out of the way. And I'll probably go through the inks first, and then we'll go through the pens. So this is just kind of an accessory, I guess, if you will. It's blotter paper. I usually use the pink. I have it in all of my notebooks, but I didn't know Esterbrook had these, and they're actually 3 of these larger ones and then 6 of the smaller ones in this. So I wanted to pick that up. I really wanted the Jurassic one, but Atlas didn't have it, and I bought my pen from Atlas, one of the pens from Atlas. So I just wanted to throw this in there with it so I wouldn't have to pay for shipping extra. But I still am on the lookout for the Jurassic blotter paper because it just looks so cute. I've seen all the different ones, but the Jurassic one just looked really cute. But I picked this up, and I've been wanting it for a while, so I was glad to grab that. Okay, so the inks that I got 3 from Amazon. They're just the Diamine, the smaller bottles, which I really like. I don't mind to buy the big bottles, but it just takes so long. I like this one. I've had this bottle of Oxblood, and I'm actually gonna, I think it's got mold. I may have mentioned this before. There's some, it's hard to tell because this thing sheens green, but there's some green, like clumpy stuff around the top. But I've had this bottle since 2016, 2017. And back then I was not very careful with my inks. I would just kind of, I don't know that I was as clean with my pens as I am now. So I bought a small bottle like this of Oxblood, and I think I'm just gonna drain this and keep the bottle, wash it real good and keep the bottle because I love this bottle. But yeah, it has around the top, and every time I open it there's some green right there. But so it may not be mold, it may just be the sheening of the ink, but I don't want to risk it putting it in one of my pens. So their bottles are lovely, but these smaller bottles are just more practical. And so these are 3 colors I didn't have, and it came in a set of 3 on Amazon, I think for like $29, which is, no, I don't think I paid that. I think it was $17 because these bottles are usually only like $8 a piece. So I think it was $17. So it's basically buy 2, get 1 free. I'm pretty sure. I think the Pilot ones I was looking at were $30. Anyway, I got Earl Grey, which I've been kind of on a gray kick, but I like the ones that I have right now. So I'll probably, I don't know, I might use this one later in the month or next month. I don't know that I'll really use it. like right now. But I really wanted the Aurora Borealis and the Writer's Blood. I thought I'd ordered a bottle of Writer's Blood, but I guess not. So I picked that up, and I'm kind of curious because everybody seems to like this more than Oxblood, which is what this large bottle is. And Oxblood is my favorite ink of all time. So I don't know how I'm gonna, this looks a little plummy. So like this one is much more red or maroon, but this one, so maybe this color isn't a good representation of the ink. We'll find out when we swatch it. But I really like my Oxblood. It's my favorite, so we'll see. But I wanted to try this out. So we'll swatch those in just a minute. Well, I will have to talk about one of the pens before I swatch because I'm going to use it. And then I got this. So I don't know if, you know, you guys are familiar with Schrodinger's cat, but it's, I don't know. I don't even know from when it's from. I've heard it over the years. When I saw this, I thought it was very, very fun. I love science. Science has always been a huge part of my life. I like math. I like science. I don't care much for like English and creative writing. So, I mean, I do, but I don't like to do it as much as I like my science stuff. So, the story behind this is just, I was on Reddit and I saw somebody post a Schrodinger's cat nib. And so it says Schrodinger on it, and then it has a cat, and the nib looks so cute. And I was like, I wonder if I could find that still, because this post was from a while ago on Reddit. I found it on AliExpress. I don't know if they'll ever ship it. We'll find out. I bought it. I mean, it was only like 12 bucks, and I think it's a number 6. It should fit in pretty much any of my Yovo. I think it's a Bach though. I think it fits in the Bach housing, so I may have to get a different housing for it, but it should fit in most of my pens. So we'll see if it comes when it comes. Like I said, it was 12 bucks. We'll see, but it was just super cute. And so that kind of sent me on a quest for other sciencey things, and I came across the ink with the same name. So I thought I would just pick it up. The idea behind Schrodinger's cat is there's a cat in a box. There's a vial of poison in the box with the cat. Is the cat alive? Is the cat dead? You don't know until you open the box. So I don't know. It's just something that's always been, I don't know, interesting, I guess, to me. So I thought this was fun. But anyway, I did cut it open, so. And this is part of the, what, season 3, series 3? Season 3. And so they have like several different seasons with these types of sets. And so I'm not really sure. I wanted to get, there was another one that I wanted. I can't remember. Oh, it was the Brain. Is it Brain and String? I think those two are together. And I wanted to get that set too, but these are expensive. So I got one for now. Maybe I'll just pick up Brain because I like that color. I don't know that I would use String, but I would definitely use Brain. So, oh, here's the sets. Oh, these are the different seasons. So it says, oh no, yeah, String and Brain. I was thinking it was, Photon is really pretty too. So, and Matter and Antimatter. Those are cool. Yeah, I only have one Colorburst ink, which is the 2024 version. So I may look into some other Colorburst inks after we see how these do in my pens, because I don't know, I think, is it Colorburst that I've heard some people, maybe it's Ferris Wheel Press, because I only have one of their inks too. They're beautiful bottles, but I've heard things over the years about them not behaving. So anyway, I really wish that Cat had been the larger bottle, but you know, what are you going to do? It's a green ink with Schrodinger, so green is my favorite. I'm excited about that. I'm guessing it's representing the poison, and then the cat obviously represents the cat, and it is a shimmer or glistening, I think. Yeah, it's a glistening ink. So, all right, so we will swatch these 5 inks, and then we'll get into the pens. So let me get my notebook out. I really wish they would ship my other, this thing's just so hard to write on because of how thick the notebook is. It's just kind of, I don't know, not as easy here in the front. I mean, obviously, as I got a little closer to the back, it'll be easier, but I'm just trying to use it. So this is something else that I bought. I did get this off of Amazon as well when I got the inks. It is the Pilot dip pen, but it's called the Iro Utsushi, I think. Iro Utsushi. I believe that's it. I mean, I don't know if you can see it. The glare might be, but it's there on it. But I got this in a medium nib. I have several dip pens. I have 2 Sailor. They write so scratchy. I do not like using them. And then I have my Kakamori, which I will use in this as well because I'm going to do the line widths with the inks. But I don't like writing with this nib. I feel like it's just unpredictable about the amount of ink that it's going to put down depending on if it's a wet ink, a dry ink. I just feel like it's meant more for big flourishes and swatches, and I just don't like writing with it. So I wanted something a little more, what would you call it? My brain not working. Reliable or consistent, I guess. So I picked this up, and it's a medium Pilot nib. So I'm hoping that it will be like the perfect line variation for me to write with. Because yeah, I just don't care too much to write with this one. And I don't like glass dip pens because, well, I've had 2 and I broke the nib on both of them, and I don't even know how. So we're gonna do this. But I got this off of Amazon. I think it was like $17. Wasn't much. I mean, for what it is, I guess it was a little expensive. But okay, so we'll start and we'll go with, I guess let's do the 2 first, because I'm just going to do, I'll do the 2 on one page and then I'll do the other 3. No, maybe I'll, no, I am. So I'm also going to use my little spoon, my glass spoon. I like making the swatches with that. So we'll start with Schrodinger. If I can get them open. Oh my goodness. I don't think I can. Let me try. There we go. All right, so this is just a standard ink. So it might have some shading properties, but it doesn't have any shimmer or anything like that in it. So we'll just kind of put that around. Oh, I like that green a lot. I should pull out my little what was I using? Bubble wrap to make the, because I like the way that it makes the swatches look, but it's kind of, I had a hard time cleaning it, so I should just grab like a bag, a plastic baggie. That would be easier to clean. But yeah, the bubble wrap, I got it into the bubbles and it was a little hard to clean, so I had to throw it away. I have more, but anyway, So, all right. So this is go ahead and do season 3. Schrodinger. I like the way that this pen writes. I really like that. That's very nice. It gives a really good line width, and it's smooth. All right, so let's put down a little bit of line variation. I do love this Kakamori nib for this, but I just don't like writing with it. All right. I love that green. That green is a very, very nice green. Toxic. All right, so let's do cat. Shake it up. It is very glittery on the bottom. And I feel like it's really full. It's not wanting to shake. A little easier to open. I love these little bottles for Colorverse. They are very nice little bottles. That one seems either really dry or I'm just not getting a good, I'm just in the bubbles. Not getting a real good dip. Because it's definitely not as easy. Okay, that should be good. We'll see how it does with the writing. I love that blue, and the glitter is just, yeah, I might have to ink something up with that. I'll have to look at my pens. That is a really nice icy blue. I feel like that's a very nice winter blue. It has a little bit of a red when it's drying, a little bit of a red sheen, but it's a very nice glistening blue. So glisten is definitely a good representation of it. All right, so we'll put that one up and we'll get out the diamine. These are drying pretty quickly, so I'll pull them up and show you guys or zoom you in. I always forget to do that. All right, so, oh, I didn't do the line variation. We will do that. Let me shake it back up just a little bit. All the glitter has settled back on the bottom. Okay. It's a beautiful ink. I just am nervous. Maybe I'll put it in my Kukuno. I don't know. I had some real bad, that thing, I don't know. I've never bought one. I bought one, I don't know, a few weeks ago. And I inked it up and it leaked everywhere. So I don't know if, I just didn't put a lot of ink in it because I wasn't sure how I was going to write. So maybe it just had too much air in it, but oh man, that is, I don't know if you can see the glitter in that, but wow, it is stunning. That's a beautiful ink. That's probably one of my newer favorites. That, yeah, definitely stunning. All right, let's back out. And let's see. So we'll do Writer's Blood. These all should be standard inks. They shouldn't have any shimmer or anything like that. So Writer's Blood. Okay. That's nice ink, but I don't know. I have to see it dry, but I don't, I'm still liking my Oxblood better. It's a little too plummy. I mean, like, the point of this for me is that it's a bloody ink. I mean, that's kind of, you know, it's called Writer's Blood, but I don't know. It looks a little plummy to be like a bloody ink. Sorry. I know I'm odd, but I mean, like, that's kind of why, like, the point of it being called Writer's Blood is that's what it's supposed to mimic. Is I can't get this nib dry. It's got a lot. I must have stuck it too far up in the water. All right, yeah, it's just a little too purple, in my opinion. I mean, it's a nice ink. I'm not saying it's not a nice ink, but I don't know that I care for it as much as it's nice. It looks nice when you write with it. It does look really, it's a good color to write with. It's very dark, like a reddish black. The swatch seems a little less. It's a little more, like I said, it's just a little plummy. Not that I don't like a plummy color, but it's definitely not what I was expecting, I guess. Oh, let's do line variation. It's good flowing ink. Not too dry, not too wet. I like it. I like the properties of it. It sheens green, which is what Oxblood does too. Most reds do. Not sure why, I guess it's whatever they're made with. But yeah, I don't know that it definitely won't replace Oxblood for me. But it's a nice ink. It's beautiful. And I really like the writing sample much more than I like the swatch sample. That's just me. I do like the way that it looks written in a finer nib versus the swatch of it. All right. We'll do Earl Grey. I just need to let this dry, so I'll be back. Okay, so you can see none of them bled through, or, I mean, obviously there's ghosting. This is Tomoe River paper. This is probably the original. I've had this notebook for a while, so it did come from Sterling Ink, but it was a few years ago when she just did the plain notebooks versus when she first started doing the plain notebooks versus the planners. So the planners weren't out when I bought this. So I believe this is the original Tomoe River paper. All right, but you can see, like, I'm guessing just the wet, like right here on the Writer's Blood, it is like definitely wetter than these two. These two don't look like they have like buckled the paper or anything like that at all. And this one is just barely like peeking through. So I think if I had gotten it any more wet right there, it probably would have come through a little bit. But that's, you know, good. I love that nothing is bleeding through. It's always a good thing with inks when they don't. So this is Earl Grey. And I've heard this is more of a dark gray, so we'll see. It's definitely gray. Not like a black. I don't feel like it's really that dark. We'll see when it dries. So it got a little light up here. I think it's just because I didn't have enough ink on the nib. So yeah, it's drying much darker than I thought it was going to, but it looks to be cool toned. It has blue. I don't know though, because maybe not, because it's a little warm in the center. So I don't know. Those kinds of things always, I mean, I know things that lean more blue are cooler toned. Things that lean more yellow are warmer tones. It does look like it has maybe a little both, because it does have like a blue outer edge shading, but the inside is more of like a brownish. I don't know. We'll see when it dries. I love Diamine inks though. They are always some of my favorites. They just perform really well, in my opinion, with what I do and how I write and the pens that I use. Diamine tend to behave very well. All right, last one, Aurora Borealis. And this one I'm probably most excited for. I don't even care much for blue inks, but this is more of a teal, so I'm excited for it. All right, let me dry everything off because I think I have a lot of water going on over here. I'm gonna grab another towel. That one's pretty saturated with water. I bought these little, they're so cute, and they all have like cats on them, except for the one that I'm using right now. It just has like gray hearts, but the other like 3 have like little different patterns of cats on them, and I love them. But they're lintless towels. I got them at the show that we had earlier around Christmas time, and yeah, I really like these. I feel like though when they cleaned them after, I guess after they sewed them, they used fabric softener because it doesn't absorb water very well. And that's kind of the point with a lintless towel. I mean, these are meant to be paper towel replacements, so they should be very absorbent, and you should not use fabric softener on them. But I think that they probably did when they cleaned the fabric. But I mean, it's fine. It's not a big deal. I'll wash them all, and I probably should have before I started using them anyway, but anyway, we'll get there. All right, let me move this one because it needs to be, oh, my other 2 are over there that are dirty. I just don't want to wash them. I won't, you know, one at a time. So when I get several of them dirty, I'll wash them all. Okay, let's do Aurora Borealis, and then we will move on to the pens. I hope this video is not like, it's probably going to be long. Sorry. I'll cut out what I can. Okay, so Diamine Aurora Borealis. Oh yeah, that is a nice, very nice ink. That's beautiful. It is a lot wetter than the other two. You can see where it's pulling. It might soak through, but that's fine if it does. I did put a lot more down than I really intended. Okay, so let's write with it. I am so scared I'm gonna knock one of these over. I really like that. I'm gonna have to compare that to Velvet Emerald. That I really like the Velvet Emerald, but I mean, if I have this, then I probably don't need that. I have just a sample from the Inkvent 2023. All right, let's do the line variations. I really do like the way that that looks. All right, we'll go through the pens and we'll come back and look at all 5 inks once they're like completely dry. Yeah, that one I put a little bit too much down. It's still not soaking through, so good deal. All right, let's move this out of the way. Put the gray and Aurora Borealis, but yeah, I'll show you once they're fully dry. Same with the other 3. Okay, so we will look at the 2 pens. Do the Opus 88 first. So I don't know if I mentioned, I got Schrodinger and Cat from Gold Spot. That's where I found it available, but I actually had it sitting in my cart for like a few days, and then I saw this pen and I really wanted it. And since, like I said, I mentioned my dad gave me Christmas money, that is how I purchased both of these pens. So yeah, I just went ahead and got the pen and the inks from Gold Spot. I do buy from them from time to time. They have a lot of, I think they do a lot of custom, like not custom, exclusives, because I buy my, my Retro 51 Tornado pens. I buy most of those from them. That's where I've gotten my exclusives. So they have some really nice pens. I just tend to shop from Atlas because I generally have a little bit of credit that I can use towards stuff. So if Atlas carries it, that's where I shop from. They have proven time and time again that their customer service is far superior than any other company I've dealt with. And they tend to have what I'm looking for, and if not, they restock it pretty quickly. So I'm very happy supporting them, and they're a small business, local, not local to me, but family-owned company, and they do everything themselves. You know, they source the pens, they talk to the companies. I appreciate what they do. So, but anyway, this came from Gold Spot, as did the inks. And I saw this pen, and it just, I don't know, just reminded me of my childhood. Seems very 80s, very 80s retro with the, ooh, that Aurora Borealis might be what's going in this. It's a little different, but I love the colors of this. Let me move the box. But I'm still a little nervous. So it has purple, pink, the blue, black hardware, and then I think the grip is purple. Yeah, purple grip, black nib. I think it's got a Yovo number 6 in it as well. So I should be able to swap this out with like my Esterbrook nibs if I wanted to. But I've heard that this nib is a good nib too, so we'll see. But I love the color of this thing. It's just so fun. I'm just nervous. It's an eyedropper pen, which means, if you don't know, it has a little eyedropper, which I'm glad they give you, which I have stuff. I mean, I just probably fill it with my syringe. I don't know, does this come? Oh, that comes all. That would be so nice to clean. Yeah, I might use that for other things too. That's nice. That'd be easy to clean. Okay, so it comes with the dropper. So you just take the dropper and you take the section apart. And you just squirt the ink down in there. And then you put the section back on. It does have like O-rings there. And there's one inside underneath the nib. So the ink won't leak. And they give you an extra in here. Little tiny O-ring that you can, if you need to replace it, you can. So you will fill it up. Put your nib back on. And then you open this little valve here because it seals the two sections. So you open the valve to let the ink flow down to your nib. And then when you're done writing, you just close the valve back and it seals that off. You can also do this when you go like on an airplane or, you know, it's a nice pen for that, but it makes me nervous because I think it said it holds like 4 milliliters of ink, which is like 2 sample vials. Well, depending on where you get them from. But I think like the standard is generally like 2 milliliters. So, yeah, it holds a lot of ink. So I'm excited to use it, but I'm also really nervous because I've never used an eyedropper pen before. So we'll see about that one. Like I said, I don't really think I'm going to ink anything up today just because I just really wanted to film and show you guys what I got, what my dad essentially got me for Christmas. So I really like that pen. It's beautiful. Okay, the next pen I have been eyeing for since it came out in October. And so this one it's $140 on Goldspot, but I had a code for, I think 10% off. I think I gave $120 for it. I don't remember, but I had I found somebody's code, and I don't even remember what the code was. My Capital One like finds codes for different places, so it put a code in for me. So, but I'm sure there are tons of people who have them. I don't have a code for Goldspot. I would love to be an affiliate for Goldspot, but I'm not. But I am an affiliate for Atlas, and you can use my code HeatherPlans and save 10% on most anything. You can't use it on Esterbrook, sadly. So this pen would be full price if you were to buy it. It is a little pricey. It was $315. But in my opinion, it's worth it. Other people would say no because it's just a steel nib. But to me, this is my kind of vibe. I love Halloween and like the packaging. I mean, I know you're paying for all of this, but this is a stunning pen and the presentation is spot on. So it's called The King of Night and it came out Halloween. It is an ode to Dracula. Never Write Alone. I think it's just like, this is just very amusing and fitting for me. So it has tissue paper, and then this is your presentation. So the pen comes in this very unique pen holder. It comes with some tape that says writing scene, do not cross, Esterbrook, and it looks like caution tape. You get your little warranty card, so you can scan the QR code on the other side of that for your warranty. It came with a cartridge. And then this is like the cutest. So this is just a little, I mean, how cute is that? Again, just the packaging. So it's little envelopes and sheets of paper. So you could like send, I don't know that I would ever, it would have to be something very special for me to use this. But I also kind of want to use it because it's so cute. So maybe I will do a letter to myself on this and put it in the envelope and then put it in my planner for next year. I was thinking about that. I don't know. It's going to take a lot because you only get 3. I think it's 3. Yeah, 3 envelopes and 3 sheets of paper. So I don't know. We'll have to think about that because that's just, I mean, obviously you should use it, but it's just so clever. Maybe as long as I don't use it all, it's just so cute. But the pen, oh my goodness, that is, it's just hilarious. And so it opens up and it looks like a bat. They are very clever. And the pen is resin from, I'm not sure that I know where the resin was done with this one. But it is a red, ivory, and gold shimmer. And I mean, this pen is stunning. I got it with a medium nib, so I have 2 medium nibs for my Esterbrooks because they seem to be my favorite. I'm not a huge fan of my broad. I think I need to have it looked at, but the medium nibs just write like a dream. And I have not tested this one, so hopefully it writes well. But you get your converter in here. So you can use it with your own bottled ink, or it came with a cartridge that you could stick in as well. And I just love this pen. I couldn't be happier. I think it's stunning. I was worried to buy online. I wanted to be able to see it in person. But I did ask for Atlas to pull it on their live stream so I could see. And then I told them that I was wanting something with a little more red, a little less ivory. I think they did a good job at finding something that fit what I was asking for. Is definitely a lot more red in it than the ivory. Just some of the ivory I saw, some of it was like really bright white, and then it would have mixed with the gold, so it'd be a yellow tint. So like the cap would just have really bright ivory without like the yellowish, and then like the pen would have the yellow swirls, and it just didn't look cohesive to me. So this one is a good mixture. I feel like everything has, so you can see in this part right here, there's not a whole lot of yellow. You can see it here, but this part isn't. So I mean, it had huge spots of that on it, and that's what I was concerned about. But this one seems to have a really good mixture of both. There's only a few spots that don't have the gold swirled in it in the ivory colors. So I think it's a really beautiful pen. I think they picked out the perfect pen for me, and based off of what my requests were, I think they did an amazing job. I love this pen so much. They have a really nice capping system. It's spring-loaded, so when you put your nib in the pen, you have to kind of push it a little bit before it'll screw in. But that just helps your ink stay wet and your nib not dry out. And I can say that my Jurassic was inked for about 12 days that I did not write with it. After I got it, I inked it up because I wanted to, and then I stuck it in my box, my pen box on my desk, and I forgot about it because I was using my botanical garden, and I completely forgot about it. And when I pulled it out, I was like, oh my goodness, I forgot this was actually inked, and it wrote perfect. First time, I did not have to do anything to it. It just wrote. So the cap is definitely a good sealing system. So this is my King of the Night pen. I am obsessed with this pen. So I don't know that I want to ink it up just yet. I'm going to try to look at a few other inks that I might pick up to see if I can find something a little bit closer. I was looking at Joey from Linen Toolbar, and I wish it had just a little bit of shimmer in it, but I feel like the color of it is probably the closest that I have. So I don't feel like Writer's Blood is a very good match. Just my opinion. Maybe the writing, I guess, but the swatch sample is way plummy. Yeah, I just feel like it's just very plummy. It's not very red. So I don't think that I'm going to go with that. Oxblood is pretty much the same. It's a little lighter, but I mean, like, the writing sample is okay. I need something like that to put in it, but that thing has made a mess all over the paper. So these were just some, I was testing out Ancient Copper. I think this is all Ancient Copper too. I can't remember, I didn't write. Where is Joey? I think it's on the next. So, looking at it in the light, it still really doesn't, but I think maybe the writing sample does match a little better than the other ones. So I don't know. I'm going to keep searching for the perfect ink for it, at least for now. But yeah, we'll look at these swatches. So Schrodinger is the green. Looks like it just shades a little bit, maybe darker gray. Cat has glistening glitter, and it has a red sheen. I love that. I think that I might have to put that in one of my pens for winter. And then Writer's Blood, I like it. I don't dislike the ink. I think it's a really beautiful, dark, like red-black. But the swatch is a lot more plummy than I had expected. Diamond Gray, yeah, I definitely think that's a cool tone. Once it dried, you can see like the blue, purplish color undertones to it. And then Diamond Aurora Borealis, I love this color. And let's see, let's look at the Opus 88 and see how it matches now. I don't know why I put it back in the box. It will go in my pen case. Yeah, I think that is actually a really nice match. So I will probably put that in here. And this has a medium nib in it, so hopefully it'll showcase some of that sheening. That is, I love that. I think that is, that and Cat are the stars of the show. I do like that green though. But I feel like it's similar to Mystic Forest. Let's see, where is my Mystic Forest? So that's the writing sample of it. Where's my swatch? I thought I did a big swatch of Mystic Forest. So hard to find stuff in here. Maybe not. I guess I didn't. I could have sworn I did a big swatch of it. Maybe it was that one I was thinking of. So I have Mystic Forest. I have a sample of it and a bottle. Where are my samples? So Mystic Forest. So it's very green. It has a little bit of red. I think this is a little more blue in it. This looks like it has, it's a little darker. So yeah, far enough apart to not be the same ink, but close enough that I don't really need both bottles, but I'm definitely going to keep them both. One, because endless bottles are stunning, and two, that is called Schrodinger, so I'm not going to get rid of it just because. So all right, well, I think that's going to be it for this video. This video is going to be like an hour long, and I am so sorry. But I had fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. But these are my lovely acquisitions from my father for Christmas. Well, he didn't buy them, but his money did. Oh, I didn't even notice it says 2024 on the back of it. I don't know if that is. I can't tell if it's focusing. I don't know. This camera is ridiculous sometimes. But yeah, it says 20. So this is, what was it called? It's the Opus 88 Demonstrator Pink PVD 2024. And PVD is for this black. I thought it stood for something, but apparently it doesn't. It just is the black hardware. Oh, I like that. That's comfortable. I was worried that the step... See, that's why I haven't bought a Benu. I want to buy a Benu so bad. But every time I look at the pictures, the step from them, the body to the grip, looks really pronounced. And the way that I hold my pen, because I grip it with my thumb and put my finger over it, it digs into... like anything with a large step down digs into, and it's just not comfortable to write with. So this doesn't have that. So I think I will enjoy this pen. So I think I might, yeah, probably end up inking it up. I'm going to clean it. I always flush my pens out with distilled water before I use them and let them dry, just in case there's any kind of residue from grease or... I mean, you know, anything. It's different materials that it's made out of. So, I mean, even like the grinding when they make the threads, the shavings, I don't know what you call it, the dust. So, yeah, anything like that, I just want to kind of get all of that off. So I always clean my pens. I just flush them with distilled water and then let them dry, and then I ink them up when I get them. So I will do that with both of these and let them dry, and then I'll kind of figure out what I'm gonna do. But anyway, I will let you guys go for now. I hope you like this video. Definitely check out Goldspot and Atlas Stationers for some fun buys. They still do have some really good deals on their last chance items, which are generally like 50 to 60% off on Atlas. So check those out. They didn't have a lot of these pens left. I think they had some in broad maybe, but it said I bought the last medium nib. So I'm not sure if they had anything smaller than that. They might have had some larger nibs. So I did want to share one last purchase for 2024. I guess I would have bought it. Yeah. Anyway, this is my Hobonichi Weeks. I don't know why I bought it or what I'm going to do with it yet. I haven't quite figured it out, but I did pick up. I love this cover. It's beautiful. Gorgeous. So it came with this pencil board, and it's so pretty. I love it. I've never had a Weeks actually come with a pencil board, so that was unique, and I'm very happy about it. I did want to share, I opened it immediately. Oh yeah, it came with a sticker, I believe that is, and the little pocket. But I wanted to pen test, so I wrote my name. I did do more pen tests than just this. Let me zoom it in. Maybe. There we go. So I just wrote my name there in fountain pen ink with a fine nib, and there was no bleed through. Obviously ghosting, there's always been ghosting on Tomoe River paper. So, but I was so worried about getting a bad batch because I've seen a lot of people that have gotten them. So I did go ahead and test with some broader nibs. So I used my Esterbrook ST with the broad nib. I did the Uni Jetstream refill in my Retro 51. I used my TWSBI Mini in a medium nib, and then my Esterbrook ST in the fine nib, which is what I wrote my name with back here. And none of them bled. I mean, like I said, obviously there's ghosting, always has been, always will be. That does not bother me a bit. But thankfully, looks like I got an okay batch. I was going to just do, let's see. This is my Sailor with medium fine nib. So we will go ahead and do Sailor. Pro Gear Slim. Say medium fine. Is this one 14 karat gold? Yeah. And I have Diamine. What is it called? Early Dusk, I think. Early Dusk. Just to show that same, you can see it ghosting, not really bad, but it is a lighter ink. And then I think this one is a medium nib with a darker ink, so let's try it. And then I'll do a Tombow, because that's really all I ever use. I don't do like any other kind of highlighters generally. I did get some from, what are they? The Zebra mild liners that are like two-tone. I do have some of those. So this is an Asline. I don't remember. Does it say what it is on here? V200 in a medium nib with Diamine Ancient Copper. Oops, sorry. This one puts down a lot of ink. I do like this pen. It's a little heavy for long writing, but I think it looks really nice. All right, that one's almost dry. No bleed through, just ghosting. All right, so let's do a couple of Tombows. And then I'll try one of these. Oh no, let's do this one, these little bit darker colors. Oh yeah, don't you have to do something to... I don't remember. Do you push down on it? I don't remember how it works. Got one color through. Oh. I think this one is messed up. Well, maybe not. No, there's the... It's coming up. It's just taking it a minute. There we go. I forgot how you had to use those. Okay. Well, no bleed through. That works. I've been using these Versa Magic. I don't know if today is... What is today? The 4th? Helps if I hold it the right way. It still has a little bit of black on it where I used it the other day with... I was testing it with the little pad that it came with, and I don't like the ink that's in it smeared really bad. I mean, those are chalk. They're not meant to be super wet, so it doesn't, you know, it didn't come through or anything, but it is a little... I need to clean it before I actually use it in my planner. But yeah, so I mean, everything seems to be doing okay. I hope that... I think that was in frame the whole time. I hope so. But... And then nothing on the other side. Except for ghosting. I think that's not going to dry. Maybe it's going to take it a little bit. Oh, I can put my... Yeah, not too bad. It's still just a little bit wet. I'll just put that there. Anyway, so that is my Hobonichi. I'm trying to back it back out. There we go. So that is my Hobonichi Weeks. No clue what I'm going to do with it yet, but I did want to include it in this video because it was one last thing that I purchased in 2024. So when I bought it, it was available on Amazon. So maybe if you're looking for one, you can find one there too. All right. I'm going to let y'all go. I thank you so much for being here and watching this video. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And it would mean the absolute world to me if you consider subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.